You can retire on Social Security. Chapter 3, primary insurance amount. Now we have your AIME figured out, we can go on to calculating what your actual Social Security benefit will be. This is your primary insurance amount, PIA, which is the benefit at your full retirement age, your FRA. In the next chapter, we'll discuss more about your FRA. How do we do this? Easy. First, understand that Social Security is a very progressive system in that it benefits those on the lower income scale much more than those with higher incomes. The intent of Social Security is, and I quote, to give some measure of protection to the average citizen and his family against poverty-ridden old age. We can never insure 100% of the population against 100% of the hazards and vicissitudes of life, but we have tried to frame a law which will give some measure of protection to the average citizen and to his family against the loss of a job and against poverty-ridden old age. President Roosevelt upon signing the Social Security Act. Social Security was instituted to keep people out of poverty. And this is how your PIA is calculated, as a very progressive benefit designed to keep you out of poverty. Those who made around $1,000 a month in income will get nearly 90% of that income as a Social Security benefit. Those who made around $3,500 a month will get nearly 40% of that income replaced by Social Security. And those who made $7,000 or more a month will get around 30% of that income replaced. And you can see need to put a couple commas there. Let me pause it real quick and fix. All right. As you can see, the more money you make over your working career, the less Social Security will replace as a percentage of your earned income. Here's a formula directly from Social Security. And this is a direct quote, by the way. For an individual who first becomes eligible for old age insurance benefits or disability insurance benefits in 2019, or who dies in 2019 before becoming eligible for benefit, his or her PIA will be the sum of A, 90% of the first 926 of his or her average index monthly earnings, 32% of his or her average index earnings over $926 and through $5,583, plus 15% of his or her average index monthly earnings over $5,583. Oh, man. Table 3 shows an example from Social Security, and here we go. This is directly from Social Security, and they give you the formula applied to your AIME, and they give us an AIME here, case A of 4196, the first 926, the second 5583, and you can see how they figure that out there, and we're going to make it easier for you. And case B is an AIME of 9300. Because it goes to the third bend point. If you want to see exactly how Social Security calculates the formula, click here. And that's just another link to the SSA.gov. In plain English, the first 926 of your AIME, you will receive 90% as your Social Security benefit. The next 4,657, you will receive 32% as your benefit. Anything over 5583, you'll receive 15% of your benefit. All right, so I hope that makes sense because that's a lot going on there. But those are your bend points, and these are things that that change every year. And be advised, the bend points change a bit each year. So if you're reading this after 2019, you need to click on the website above, the link I provided, to see what the bend points are for that specific year. In 2019, if your AIME is 4,000, here's the formula. So we take 4,000 as our AIME, subtract out 926, times that by 0.9, which gives us $833. The remaining amount is $3,074. We times that by 0.32, which gives us $984. And we don't have anything in the third bend point because it has to be above 5583 to get to the third bend point. So we just take the first two bend points, total them up. Our PIA is $1,817. In this example, your primary insurance amount is $1,817. Again, this is the amount you'll get at your full retirement age. Your FRA will either be 66 and some months or 67, depending on what year you're born. Born 1960 or later, your FRA is 67. Like I was born in 1970, so my FRA is 67, exactly. Let's try another example. This time the worker made the maximum Social Security wage throughout his working career. His AIME will be $9,300. In case you're wondering how I got that, Social Security already calculated that for us here. Just click that link. But just remember, you take your highest 35 years of index earnings and add them together. Then divide by 420 and you'll get your AIME. Revisit chapter 2 for the step-by-step. This person's benefit will look like this. AIME of 9,300. The first 926 we times by 0.9. The next 4657, because 926 plus 4657 equals 5583. All right, because that's how we get to the third bed point. But anyway, the next 4657 we times by 0.32. It gives us 1490. And then we do still have 3717 in the third bed point. Only times that by 0.15 and we get 558. You'll see that even though this person's AIME was more than double from table 4, his actual benefit is only 58% more. That is the progressive nature of the Social Security system. The more income you make, the less percentage of that income Social Security replaces in retirement. I do need to point out something, though. The second example is a worker who paid the maximum amount of taxes into the Social Security system and will receive the maximum amount of benefit. This is as 2019. Please understand, Social Security is inherently a political system. Politicians of all stripes propose significant changes to Social Security. I highly suggest you keep up to date with the rule changes, because not only do the amounts Social Security uses adjust each year for inflation, but structural changes are always proposed. Few pass into law, but that doesn't mean none will. So it's important to understand the ever-changing dynamics of the system. In the next chapter, we'll go over how your actual benefit is calculated depending on when you file for benefits. All right, so stay tuned. I'm going to chapter 4 next. Thanks.